Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's good to be back for this Tuesday night or Wednesday afternoon if you're down here with me. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of updates. We got a few updates, especially from a case that I'm guessing you all forgot about, but Ping didn't, and we're going to talk about that. Um, and the case of Crystal Beale. 49 years old and discovered by a member of the public at Yeronga in Brisbane. They pulled her out of the water, and initially they thought it was a accidental death or death by misadventure, and now they're saying it could be something else. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring you some information from the Queensland police, and then we've got more just updates and updates today. I did see that Dane was found in that river. I did see that little boy was found in that river. It's very sad. I mean, that always seemed like the most likely place he was going to be found. Not in the white van, not via abduction. Eh, When you've got such a giant river behind a property, it just seemed like that's probably what was going to happen. As sad as that is, these little children just seem to be attracted to the water. They just seem to love water, waterways, rivers, ponds, whatever. And it just seem to always wind up there. Then they can't rescue themselves. They can't swim properly. They're only little and they can't get out of the water in time. It is awfully sad, very sad. Hey, good to see everyone. Hey, April, Marilyn Landis, BC, Blaze is here. April B, I Hate Mornings, Rachel, John is here, Mama Mia, Wendy R, Diane Marie, Lynn D. Who else do we have? Andrew's here, Mr. Dan Yee made it. Many people, many of the peoples are here. Glitter is here as well. All right. Let's go to the first one I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about the main one. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. All right. So last year we had a different type of mushroom case where a woman died after taking magic mushrooms in Victoria. Now, this has nothing to do with Erin Patterson, but it was, somewhat connected. And we brought you that story. I think it was last year in last April, about almost a year ago. And there has been a decision today on the woman who supplied those magic mushrooms to Rachel Dixon was the woman who died from a heart attack after drinking a magic mushroom tonic at a healing ceremony in Clunes in Victoria's West last April. Now, the person that was charged over the supply of the hallucinogenic mushrooms was called Deanne Matthews. She's 54, and she pled guilty to supplying the illegal mushrooms, but escaped without a conviction and just a $3,000 fine. So not a huge sentence or anything, but it does put it to rest what happened to that lady. But they're saying after consuming the tonic, Miss Dixon suffered a devastating health episode and later died. The court was told the exact cause of death was not revealed in court. They say Victorian police probing Miss Dixon's death found evidence that Matthews had trafficked the magic mushrooms or the active ingredient. Cops seized evidence from the retreat, including bowls and spoons, which had traces of, is it called psilocin, which is the active ingredient. Police also discovered text messages between Matthews and Miss Dixon, proving she sold magic mushrooms, and quizzed several people who were at the retreat. Here's a photo of her right here. So, what this was supposed to be, it was supposed to be like one of those health retreat type things where, people go there, they relax, maybe they do the magic mushrooms, and they sort of, I don't know, get better, kind of, it's all that woo woo health, spiritual, that type of thing. And unfortunately, after this woman drank the concoction, she fell ill very quickly and passed away. It was very shocking because this lady Rachel, she was really fit, really really fit. She's like doing jogs and she was into her health a lot, very very active, and to die in this way is very sad, very sad. So let me see if I can take you back to last year. Let me see if I can take you back to April last year. Yes, I can. Let's take you back to the 17th of April, 2024.
Tiny town at the centre of Victoria's new mushroom mystery. The alarm was raised just before midnight on Saturday. Emergency services were called to a private event at Solbarn, a creative wellbeing centre in Clunes near Ballarat. They found a woman unconscious and unresponsive after consuming a drink made with mushrooms.
There are mushrooms out there that one mushroom can be deadly.
Despite desperate efforts, 53-year-old Rachel Dixon couldn't be saved. 2 others were taken to Ballarat Base Hospital for observation. Rachel's friends and family have shared their grief on social media. Her adult son Matthew remembering his mum as the most loving, most caring person I've ever known. Words can't begin to describe how much I will miss you. Wish I could give you one last hug.
Our hearts go out to the victim and their family and the other ladies that have been hospitalised. And council's particularly thinking of the Clunes community at this time.
That community is reeling. The tragedy comes less than 2 weeks since Clunes local 23-year-old Hannah Maguire was allegedly murdered, along with other high-profile cases in the area. The Hepburn Council is offering the community free counselling as they pull together.
It's a small community, tight-knit community. They are strong, resilient people, and they do a brilliant job of supporting each other.
That support extends to the owner of Solbarn, who today posted a statement sharing her deep sorrow and shock.
The owner says the event being held here on Saturday night was private and not run by Solbarn staff. The store will remain closed while police investigate.
So let me leave it there. Yeah, so unfortunately that lovely lady died, and at least we know now that someone was held at least a little bit responsible. I wouldn't say that it was a deterrent. What are you talking about? No conviction and a $3,000 fine for supplying those magic mushrooms or the active ingredient to the people at the wellness retreat. So I know there was, yeah, that second woman. I don't know. I don't think anything really came out about. There was like another woman that took ill at the same retreat. I don't remember hearing anything else about that lady. Nothing. So I don't remember hearing an update whether she was. I'm guessing she was okay, because I remember hearing that she didn't end up needing to be taken to hospital, or she went to hospital and was okay and released. So I'm guessing she was okay. She was okay. Yeah, her poor son. Yeah, has to grow up without his mum now. Well, I think he's not like super young, but still, losing your mum at any age is terrible. And yeah, so that update came out today. Here's a photo of Miss Dixon here. This is a photo you may have seen on one of our thumbnails last year, and that's the one that was in the media a lot. They're saying here witnesses claim they paid $500 to go to the retreat, which included the cost of the medicine for the tea from Matthews, also known as Diane Matthews. The court heard the magic mushrooms were ground in mixing bowls, weighed, and ground. So they took the magic mushrooms, they ground them up, may have been dried, and weighed them into portions or doses and poured probably hot water over them and served them as a tea. Guests were served up to 6 grams of mushrooms, which were consumed over a 2-day period. Witnesses said consuming magic mushrooms during the retreat is at your own undertaking. They said all this consumption of the tea is entirely up to the individual. You are never pushed to try it. Dee is probably the best person I have sat with throughout a ceremony. Everyone that attends is aware of what the tea contains. Matthews also gave a statement to police in which he said people who attend the healing ceremonies are fully aware and consensual to the use of magic mushrooms. She says it's the reason they attend. So the reason they attend is to get, this spiritual enlightening. They say, however, investigators could not find any causal link between the mushrooms themselves and the death of Miss Dixon. So they didn't know if the mushrooms triggered the heart attack or it was something else. They weren't able to find a link between drinking the tea and her death, just that she died after drinking the tea, but maybe not directly from the drug itself. Marjorie says, I recall you covering another case in Ballarat. It seems a lot of strange cases happen there in close proximity. I think we covered Samantha Murphy, this one, a woman who was killed by her partner. There was that one. Maybe a fourth one, maybe a fifth one. There was quite a number of cases out of that area last year. April B says the statement her son made was so mad. He loved his mum a lot. I know. Not mad. Sad. Blaze says losing my mother is the worst thing that ever happened to me. My eyes still tear up when I have to go to a funeral for a friend's mother. Yeah, Samantha Murphy. We just went through the 1-year anniversary for that. There's been quite a number of anniversaries for cases in the last couple of weeks, including just one about 2 days ago. We had Elijah Vu. There's been a bunch, like in the last week or two. Been a lot of anniversaries. Here. Apparently we got a thunderstorm that just popped up over where I live. I'm just checking the radar because I can hear the thunder, but I can't see anything. I can just hear it, and I can hear the rain. It doesn't look like there's anything. This is what it's showing me for the webcam that's not too far away from me. I mean, it's something. It's a thunderstorm, maybe. Yeah, so we've got a big thunderstorm above me right now. I hope we keep internet because sometimes it gets cut out. It does look like a pretty good thunderstorm, actually. We'll see. Hopefully we keep the connection. April B said, that's not a retreat I want to go to. Some people do weird things on retreats. Well, people do all sorts of things. Glitter says, that was my cat running up and down the stairs. They sound like thunder. I imagine that's probably true. Sorry, that is a lot of water. It sounds like there was water inside my house. And like, when you hear that dripping noise, but I think it's coming out, coming from outside. Yeah, all right. All right, case number 1 done. So now we have a resolution to what happened to Rachel Dixon. And hopefully we never have to hear of something like that again. Hopefully. That was very sad. Very sad. She seemed like a fun-loving lady who was trying to get in touch with her spiritual side, maybe trying to do some of that health slash wellness type thing. No, I think it is coming from outside. It's okay. All right. The big case for this evening, because this one's very weird. All right. Very strange. We're gonna do a little bit on this one. They say a woman who was found floating in the Brisbane River has been identified as CCTV images of her final moments are released. So the woman's name is Crystal Beale. She was 49 and was discovered by a member of the public at Yeronga in the city's south about 5:40 a.m. on February 22nd of this year. They say emergency services rushed to the scene after the body was found, but she could not be revived and was declared dead a short time later. They're saying here, at the time, police said the initial investigations suggested her death was not suspicious, but a murder probe has now been launched. Now, I don't know why I think this. There's the CCTV image of her the night before. I'm pretty sure I read something that they believe that she may have been asphyxiated, that someone may have strangled her. And I find that very disturbing. Actually, guys, hold on a sec. What the F? Guys, one sec. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to check that nothing was leaking. All right, let's get back to this. So yeah, they're saying here, Detective Acting Inspector Rod Watts said on Wednesday that several lines of inquiry are being examined, including CCTV from the West End area. They say they believe Crystal was near the Brisbane River at Orley Park, West End, and on Ryan Street late on Friday, February 21 of this year. And there's that CCTV of her, one of the last known footages of her alive. Now, let me take you over here. There's a wider photo of it, if I can get it for you. Outside a restaurant is what they're saying here. You can see the menu board here. So, very, very odd. And this is from Queensland Police. They say Dudden Park and homicide detectives are appealing for public assistance as investigations continue into the circumstances surrounding the death of a woman found in the Brisbane River in February. They say emergency services were called around 5 a.m. on Saturday, February 22nd, after a member of the public observed a body in the Brisbane River at Yeronga. And down here they say, our investigations have centered around collecting CCTV from this area. We are now making an appeal to anyone who may have been in this area between 9:30 p.m. on Friday, February 21 and 1 a.m. the following morning and has seen Crystal or any suspicious behavior to come forward. As this is an ongoing investigation, police are limited in what details they can disclose, but we are confident people saw Crystal on the night and they have information that will assist with our inquiries. We are urging anyone with any information, no matter how small, to contact police. They're saying police have released a CCTV image of Crystal from the night of February 21 at a restaurant in Sunnybank. She was wearing a long, slim-fitting white dress and had brown leather shoulder satchel across her body. She's described as Caucasian, slim build, approximately 165 centimeters tall, with long brown hair. They said anyone with information is urged to contact police. There's that photo. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, very strange how she would end up in the water. And now they're saying it could have been a murder. Let me just double check that asphyxiation thing. I just want to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. I don't know why I wanted to say that. Hold on. Yeah, I think I may have just been talking crap. Hold on. Crystal Beale. All right. All right, let me try and check something else here. All right, I'm going to check a different link. All right, Ping must be just making up crap because I can't find anything like that. Yeah, so Ping must be just making up stories apparently. But they're saying at the time they said her death was not suspicious, and it wasn't until they gave her a autopsy or medical examination after they took her body to the morgue that they figured out that she had actually been murdered. Guys, hold on. What the hell? Give me one sec. All right, we're back. Sorry. It's like there's water dripping and someone else is drilling in their apartment. Who wants to drill when it's pissing down with rain? Glitter says, how tall is yeah, 5'4". So she's average woman size. I wouldn't say she's, tall or short. She's just average woman. Yeah, following extensive inquiries, including the results of a post-mortem, police now believe the 49-year-old's death is suspicious, and now they're continuing their investigations. I mean, so many questions. How did she end up in the water? And who would want to hurt her? That's the other question I have. Who would want to hurt a woman just on a night out? And where are her friends that she may have been with? Like, was she with anyone? Did she meet up with people? Was she meeting a date or something? Like, doctors assisted for depression do the shroom. That is true, they do. She's taller than you? Okay. I'm sure there are people shorter and taller than her. Hold on. Crystal Beale. Let me see if I can get a police thing for you. I don't see one. How weird. Yeah, let's go to 7 News. Maybe they have one. Let's see if it loads for us. No, don't want to load. Come on. There we go. So there's the CCTV. So she kicked her shoe off. I don't know, maybe she just... There you go. Walking past that sign. Why did she only have one shoe on? She had two there. Hold on. So she was carrying a shoe, and then she put it down and put her shoe back on. That's strange. Was her shoe broken or something? No, just carrying a shoe and decided to put it down. No idea. Lady says not trying to play conspiracy theory, but if she fell in the river, her bag strap could have become hung on something? Maybe. I'm not saying I may have misspoken. I thought I read that they'd found signs of asphyxia, but maybe Ping is talking out of his butt. Sometimes that happens. Let's see. Time of her discovery, there was no obvious injuries, which is why it was originally reported as non-suspicious. But the post-mortem has uncovered injuries that suggest her death is suspicious. So only in the post-mortem. The police also confirmed that Crystal was visiting family earlier in the evening in Sunnybank before heading to the West End. They believe she left with a man known to her, and that's when she went missing. We're still trying to piece together her movements after that. It was a former partner, and he's one of the lines of inquiry that they're looking at. They said in a bid to gather more leads, police have released a CCTV image of Crystal from the night that she was last seen, captured at a restaurant in Sunnybank. So that's it. They're saying here, she probably entered the water somewhere around the West End, but that's not concrete. That's our best gauge at the moment. They're saying that she was probably in the water for about 6 hours. So that means she entered the water sometime between 11:30 p.m. at night and midnight, midnight, because they found her about 5:40 a.m. in the morning. So if they're saying she was in the water for 6 hours, yeah, sometime between 11:30 and midnight. That is someone must have seen her during that time frame. With a man, maybe ex-partner. Her hyoid bone was probably broken. Could be. Is a thing they look at. Let me check something. Yep. So apparently it is hailing in Melbourne this afternoon. Apparently people are reporting hail down here. Let me see if I can reload that. I want to watch that clip again if we can. If I can get to it. Come on. Our stream is being very slow for some reason. Yeah. Let's go back up here. Let's watch this again. I don't think it shows too much, but it is the last video we have of her. If it'll go. Yeah, hail. I still don't understand why she was carrying this shoe. I don't think it has anything to do with her murder, but I still find that interesting. Like, why that particular moment to release to the public? April B said the F, that is sufficient. Yeah, normally. Normally it is. I Hate Morning says it almost seemed she was going to threaten or throw the shoe at someone. Maybe. It is maybe a reason she had it. April B said she seemed kind of angry, kind of threw her shoe down hard. Yeah? Okay. Well, you guys are ladies. Maybe you would know better than Ping. Ping's not good with the reading of the women. But maybe you guys would be good at it. Yeah. Shoot. There is like a giant storm about to come overhead. Please don't lose power or internet. Hold on, guys. I just want to check and make sure we're not going to get knocked out. Here, let me go here. Wow, hell of a storm. Hopefully we don't get kicked offline. All right, my ladies and gentlemen. Like, I don't have too much more about her other than that. Like the police said, they haven't been able to tell the public as much as they want to. And that's because the investigation is active. But here's a different photo of Crystal right here. Maybe it'll help someone recognize her. Maybe you saw her in the area in West End. Are you on the top floor? No, I'm on the bottom. Marlene said, stay. I will. I'll be safe inside of my home, away from the scary rain. Yeah, pretty lady. We need to find out why she had to be in the water and why she died, though. Police said they were just following through on a number of lines of inquiry, including the ex-partner. Family and friends have also been interviewed. Police said they had not ruled out the possibility that it was a random attack. They said no arrests have been made at this time. And again, police have not ruled out if it was a random attack. There's another photo of her as well. He said it was because there was no obvious signs of injury when she was found. Her death initially wasn't thought to be suspicious. They say Crystal was a much-loved mother and friend. Her death in these circumstances is horrific, and we are committed to seeking justice for her family and for her. They said she was going about her business, having dinner with family, dropped off in an area around West End, Ryan Street, and at this point in time, we're still trying to piece together what's happened since that point. They said cause of death was unknown. Police said they did not know how she died or where she entered the water and were still waiting on a full toxicology result. She's believed to have been at Orley Park, West End, late the night before her body was found. They said, we don't believe that she's died under natural circumstances. They said Miss Beale had an adult daughter and a 15-year-old son. They said the police said they're with us along the journey, trying to give us as much information as they can. But at this point in time, we're still seeking answers. Police have released CCTV footage of Miss Beale at the Sunnybank restaurant wearing a slim-fitting white dress and broad leather shoulder satchel. So that's that handbag she is carrying. She also looks to be carrying some sort of glasses as well in her, or would that be her left hand? So she also looks to be, she's also looking at someone. I don't know if you guys can see it in this photo. Let me see if I can get that for you. She's also got her eyes. It's hard to tell, but it looks like she's like looking at someone, not like the entrance of the restaurant. Like she's really looking in one direction at someone. Who that is, I don't know. Maybe the ex-partner. Juicy Jewel says, Pingettes. Hey, Juicy, how are you? April B said, hopefully they release more information soon. I hope so. I hope they do. I don't hope that they release more information soon. I hope that they arrest whoever did this to her. I hope that happens, then release more information. We can always have more information later. Got to find the people who do this to people and get them off the street. April B said, zoom back out where the man is in front of her. Okay. It's not on this one. Hold on. I think it's on the video bit. And I don't think I can pause that. If I can find it again, I'll bring it back up. We have far too many links open. Where is my link? It's not this one. It's up here. It's okay. They've got a copy of it on this page here. So there is a dude. There's two men. Older guy and somewhat younger guy and her. And they do turn back to like speak to her too. Let's see. So he is looking at her. He's not looking at the other fella. He's looking at her. And then he must say something to her and then continues on. And then this other guy in the black top, don't know who he is. But they look like they're probably together because they say something to each other as they go through. And then she drops that shoe, flips it over, and then continues her way in. She says something too. I can't make it out. I'm not a lip reader. But she does say something. And then she puts her glasses back on too, I think. And then heads into the restaurant. There's that other view of her. Yeah. I don't know. And it sort of ends there. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. I'm not sure. But definitely seems like a group of them. And they do talk to each other, especially in this front bit, if we can go back. Okay. So, yeah. And then this person turns around and talks to her as well. Says something to her, then goes in the restaurant. But they did say that she was visiting family, so could be nephew, brother, ex-husband, or ex-boyfriend or whatever. Could be, nephew, cousin, who knows. Could be her 15-year-old son. April said, I think she was looking at them. Definitely looking at someone. The shoe thing is just weird. I find that strange. Is that a typical thing? Yeah, I'll play it again for you. All right. Yeah. So that's the only one we have right now of Crystal. Hopefully we get more soon and find out, who might have done this to her. Let me blow up that image. There you go. So everyone gets a better look at it. Do we have another one? We do. Here's a different photo of her too. The other photo. There we go. 49-year-old woman shouldn't end up dead in a river in Brisbane after going out for a Friday evening. It is horrific. It really is. It's just like I keep telling people, I'm going to rename the channel. Like, this is how women die. I mean, it may get more attention than Nights with Ping, but I may change it to all the 100 ways women die in our society. It's a very long title, but maybe we can come up with a, smaller word for it. April B said they were walking too fast and she needed to put her shoes back on. Could be if they were outside doing something. WNC Granny said she was barefoot and you usually have to wear shoes to go into a restaurant. Yes, so in Australia, you have to wear shoes to go into a licensed venue. So I figured that's what she was doing too, that she was approaching the entrance and had to make sure she was wearing footwear to be allowed in. So, dress code and regulations. And hey, Snapcrackle, how are you? Good to see you. I really wish I had the police press conference for it, but I don't think they did one. At least I can't seem to find it. Yeah, I don't seem to have anything like that. There's a little video here I'll play for you.
Queensland Police have launched a homicide investigation into the death of a woman in Brisbane. The 49-year-old's body was found in the Brisbane River in February. Police initially declaring the death non-suspicious. Police are now probing the circumstances that led to her death at Yeronga. Anyone with information is urged to come forward.
Yeah. Very, very short video. Very 19 seconds. Blaze Fairchild says, pretty lady, I could see her ex getting jealous if so many other men were speaking to her. She is very young and sexy in her body on her dress. Yes, could be. Maybe getting a lot of male attention, male gaze from other people, possibly. Maybe it's a jealousy thing, a ownership type thing of women. Some men just, even when they're an ex, can't let go and, think that their ex-partners are still their property. So, could be that. So I'm going to leave it there. Femicide around the globe. Okay, I'll call it that because that's basically what we talk about every night. It's not funny. Like it's like, oh, a woman died. Hey, this woman died. She was found in the gutter. She was found in her house. The guy, her husband killed her. This one, her husband of 45 years killed her in her home. Like this girl, she was killed on her first night out with her boyfriend, and she was 17. Like it's like every day. Every day we get another one. All right, let me take you to the Dane thing because I want to cover it just for a minute. Yeah, let me take you to KOIN 6 or Katu. I think we can use Katu briefly.
This is breaking news.
And that breaking news, a devastating end to a days-long search. Today, a diver discovered the body of 2-year-old Dane Paulson in the Siletz River. Paulson disappeared on March 1st. A diver found the toddler's body about 3 miles downstream from his home.
We are getting a lot of information, as you can well imagine, throughout the afternoon. And here's what we've learned so far. The diver who found Dane tells us he found him about 2.5 miles down the river from the Paulson family home just after 11 o'clock this morning. And deputies identified the diver as Juan Heredia with Angels Recovery Dive Team. And according to the sheriff's office, a local river guide escorted the diver onto the river. He began searching areas of the Siletz River downstream from where the sheriff's office divers had already thoroughly combed. Now, sheriff's office investigators are at the scene. We know the family has been identified. Lincoln County Sheriff Adam Shanks released a statement saying, quote, "Our thoughts are with the family who are facing an unbearable sorrow." He went on to say they're deeply grateful for the support and the dedication shown by the search teams and our communities throughout this difficult time. Now, as the sheriff just mentioned, this tragic update brings closure to the community who has been very involved in the search effort for the past 11 days now. And Shelby Slaughter, who's on the scene, is set to speak with the diver coming up in just a few minutes. She'll bring us that story tonight at 5 o'clock, if not before. We'll have that for you.
And here's more on the timeline. Dane was last seen on the afternoon of March 1st in his yard. The next day, we learned the sheriff's office was searching. The search effort grew over the next several days. On March 4th, the sheriff's office said searchers were focused on the river. On March 8th, this past Saturday, the sheriff's office reported they had covered about 14 miles of the river.
I mean, that river always seemed like the focal point of the search. I know they're looking for that white van, but it never seemed like a legitimate lead, more that just a neighbor saw something and they just had to include it. That river just, I don't know, just always seemed like the most obvious answer, even though it took a while to find him. You know, you got to remember he's only a little kid. He's only little, and you got this giant river, and you got to try find just a small child. It's not easy. So, but a heartbreaking end to the search for the toddler Dane Paulson, from Oregon.
Yesterday, they dispelled rumors of a white van being potentially involved. Today, we sadly learned that diver found the boy's body in the river. Returning to our breaking news, today a diver discovered the body of 2-year-old Dane Paulson in the Siletz River. The boy was missing since March 1st. The diver found the toddler's body about 3 miles downstream from his home.
K2 Shelby Slaughter has been covering this story since the beginning. She's live in Siletz now. And Shelby, you're there right now with that diver?
Yes, that's exactly right, Steve. I have the man of the hour, Juan Heredia, who actually found little baby Dane Paulson just a few hours ago. And Juan, you actually drove down where you drove up from Stockton.
That's correct, 12 hours.
What compelled you to do that?
The people start tagging me about this case, and they really opened something myself that is I needed closure to come and help the family. So that's how I do it.
And Juan, we know that you found Dane in a place that was already covered by divers. What compelled you to look there again?
Well, first of all, I got to start where we assume he went in the water, and I don't stop until I found a person. I don't know how many miles. Today I covered 2.5 miles.
Yeah, that is dedication and selfless effort from the diver to travel all the way there, lend a hand, and actually be the one who finds Dane. It's very kind. It's very compassionate. And thank the Lord for him, right? Thank the Lord. I'm sure his Dane's family are very thankful that he was able to return the little boy to his family. So even though it is very sad, it's much better than the alternative, which is that you never find him. And I think that would cause the family a lot more distress and anguish. It's much better that they find him and be able to say goodbye to him. Carliza said that poor diver, that's got to be rough to recover the body of a toddler. Yeah, very much. Yeah, Dane Paulson, R.I.P. It is. It's got a very fast current, that river. I've seen some footage of it previously, and it's just massive. Like, you see how wide that river is. It's a lot of search area. This is not like when they were searching for that woman in the UK. Remember when that woman fell into the river and they still missed her body? They're like, oh no, we've searched this entire river like 5 times. We are confident. She is not in this river. We are sure. We have searched it. We've brought people in. We've done sonar. We are 1000% sure that she is not in this river. And then like a week and a half later, they find her body in the river. It's just like, so rivers can be very tricky. Doesn't matter how many times you search it. There's always, hidden spots and vegetation that causes issues and stuff like that. And rivers are like ever evolving too, because of the running water. what was there yesterday may not be there in the morning, and everything changes overnight. So you have no real bearings when you go back the next day, and it's almost like you have to start over again when you do these type of water searches. Hey WNC, how are you, my friend? Glitter says, do you know that I have seen creators today? You have? Online talk about how quick he found this child, insinuating that he knew exactly where to look as if he had something to do with it. It was disgusting. Well, we're not going to do that here. We're not here to do that type of thing. That's up to the police. The police, they can do that. It's got nothing to do with us. I'm just happy that he found the kid. So, yeah, that is very unkind. That is very unkind. Let's not be a part of that. Let's not be a part of someone who drove like hours to get there, gave up his own time and resources to try find the child. So that is not cool. Let's not do that. Hold on, guys. All right, let me play the rest of it.
In a place that was already covered by divers, what compelled you to look there again?
Well, first of all, I got to start where we assume he went in the water, and I don't stop until I found a person. I don't know how many miles. Today I covered 2.5 miles. I don't know where the other divers were searching for, but that's my point to entry, and I covered the whole shore.
Thank you, Juan, and so many people here are grateful for the work that you did. And you can see here he is already wearing a ribbon that represents little baby Dane. The family is having a vigil right now to my right, and we're going to have more with Juan coming up here later this evening, reporting live.
There you go. So, yeah, they had a vigil and at least some news in what happened to, you know, the toddler. Hold on. So some people are actually asking me, had I heard anything about the woman who was missing in Australia? And I was like, no, not really. There's been not a huge amount of updates. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys remember, there was Taylor Spees. Remember Taylor Spees? There's been not a lot of updates, unfortunately. Let me go here. So they're saying here, the family of a missing Queensland mum is offering a $5,000 reward to anyone with information on her whereabouts, a month after she was last seen in early February. They say 20 seconds of CCTV captured in a dusty car park in Surat, 80 kilometers west of Roma in rural Queensland on February 2nd, show 29-year-old Taylor Spees' last known movements. Her 2017 Toyota Hilux was spotted passing the Cobb & Co. changing station just after 11 a.m. before she disappeared. So this is the story we covered a few weeks ago. That's that image for you. They still have not been able to locate her. There's been a bunch of public appeals. There's been, the family have talked to the media, a lot of different things, but there's been no new update on what happened to her. Here's that missing poster. And there's some photos of what she looks like, but nothing. And they had like huge rains and flooding in Queensland this week, and we still are not any closer to finding out what happened to her. Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, 1 week ago, a current affair says new evidence from the day a mum vanished. Let me see if I can grab that for you.
29th birthday, the brand. Taylor Spees is known for pouring magic and style into her world.
Are you in the middle of wedding planning and you're getting really overwhelmed with the planning process?
TaylorMade Events was her company, specialising in country weddings.
Send me a DM and let me tell you how I'm going to take all that stress away for you and you can get back to the fun things in the planning process.
That's a pretty good video. That's probably one of the better photos I've seen that show what she really looks like, because some of the other ones do not. Let me see if I can fast forward and find out what this new evidence is. All right, let's go here. Maybe they're talking about it here.
In different cars.
Wait, what?
Partner. And what police know is that they checked out on Sunday morning, leaving in different cars. Police say Taylor drove about an hour down the road to the tiny town of Condamine, southwest of Dalby. And for the first time, we can show you new evidence this CCTV released to a current affair. It shows Taylor alone, filling up her ute with diesel at the only service station in town. It's the final time she's caught on camera. From there, detectives have tracked Taylor to Surat, another 90 minutes southwest. They know she met with friends just north of town and then her partner, her white 2017 dual cab Toyota Hilux captured after that on CCTV, driving down Surat's main street, never to be seen again.
Yeah, so from what I understand, if I'm remembering this correctly, she was supposed to go back home to Roma. That's where they thought she was headed. So she came from Dalby down to Condamine and then through to Surat, and then was going to come up near. They reckon that the last place they know where she was this. There's an intersection here between the highway that runs north and south, and the one that is here with the dotted line that runs west to east. This intersection here, I think, is the last time they reckon they know for sure where she was located. But she was supposed to drive north up here to Roma, and they never located her. They don't know. There's no new information. Even this thing, brand new information, but really nothing that I've not seen before. And as we looked up out there, there's nothing out there. Like, it is just bushland. It's mostly bushland, farming stations, rural type area. There's really nothing out there. Hold on. Right. Yeah, let me take you back out there and I'll show you that intersection. So if we go north, it's not that one. It should be this one. Yeah. So this is that road, the Condamine Highway. This is that one that they had on that map that runs west to east. And then this is the one that runs north and south here. This is the Carnarvon Highway. And she was supposed to go, so they reckon this might be the last place where they know for sure that someone sighted her or they were able to track her through here. So, hey, there is a car here. I don't know whose car that is. That is weird, though. I'm pretty sure when we looked here last time, there was no car. But that's interesting. So if we zoom out, she was supposed to go north. Up through here, all through, as you can see, like, there's nothing out here. Look. It's just red desert. Like you see in all the movies about Australia. There is a bit of a pond here. I hope they have checked that. That is a waterway. And you go up here, there's a rest stop here, Croydon rest stop up here. And you keep going, there's a couple more little, I'm not sure if they're mining or dams or something, but some other little waterways. And we go up, we keep going north. And if you keep going north for long enough, look, nothing out here, look. You'd think if there was a car crash out here, that they would have seen it. Like, there's like 2 trees. Look, there's like 4 little trees, and that's it. There's nothing out here. Like, there's nothing out here to impede anyone's vision, is what I mean. Not like it's a hole. There's nothing out here. No, like, there's nothing out here that would impede someone from finding someone if they were close to the road. So if we go north, we keep going, like, it's a long road north. Keep going. Yeah, I'll zoom out a bit. And we get up here, and you get to this T-junction, and it's the Warrego Highway, and you go left up here, and you end up in Roma. So this is Roma right here. Wait, is it? Yeah, Roma's here. So Roma's like a little inland city. It's a pretty big inland city, but it's, it's got a lot of streets and homes and businesses. It's even got a Starlight Motor Inn. Look, there you go. A Starlight Motor Inn. It's got one. It's got an EG. It's got a Woolworths. It's even got a PCYC. There you go. It's even got one of them. So this is where she was supposed to be coming back to. Instead, the last place she was seen was all the way back down here. And if you if you ask anyone where she could have gone to, I have no idea. But they've had helicopters out here searching. They've had farmers helping, search parties, all sorts of things. There you go, Cottermine Highway. All right. So, last place she could have been seen. Rachel said, I can't believe they haven't found her yet. I know. Tharvi says, hi, Ping and everyone. Hi, how are you? Glitter says, imagine being the person that was lucky enough to have found that boy. I know. Rivers must be difficult to search. It happens so often. Yeah, it is very difficult. It is not easy search terrain. All right. Who is messaging Ping? No one. It was just an advertisement. All right. There's that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take you to a story I should have done like a week ago, and I didn't. But now we've had a resolution to it. It is worth watching. So I'm going to take you to Facebook, and I want you to watch this, and then I'll tell you more.
Man is behind bars tonight, accused of a sickening crime spree in Maryland. He's facing 16 charges, including sexually assaulting a woman in her 80s at knife point.
His face had been plastered on TV screens across the state, and yesterday police made their move.
Police, search warrant! Open the door!
Raiding the Maryland's home of Emmanuel Benjamins. 4 hours later, the 18-year-old walked into DY police station and was arrested. He's accused of storming 7 homes across Maryland's early Thursday morning over 4 hours of terror. In the most sickening offence, police allege Benjamin, armed with a 30-centimetre kitchen knife, sexually assaulted a woman in her 80s, forced her to touch him before stealing $600 cash. Just streets away, police say he threatened a man with a knife, that alleged victim capturing it on video. The teenager is also accused of sexually touching another woman in her 80s before stealing her bank card to buy food. Patricia and Patrick Bogue claim he broke in through the window of their laundry and tried to steal chocolates.
Pat, my husband, he only saw his feet, the back of him. He tried to catch him.
In an incredible show of courage, one of the alleged victims, an 87-year-old woman who lives alone, confronted the intruder. She claims she asked him whether he was hungry, and when he said yes, she made him Vegemite toast. She then asked him what his grandparents would think of what he was doing.
I just worry about the victims and the families and what they've gone through. It's a life-changing event. It takes enormous courage to rebuild your life after an event like that.
Benjamin's case was heard in Manly local court today. He didn't appear and didn't apply for bail.
Like an 80-year-old woman being essayed in her own home at knife point. And he did this to more than one lady. What the hell is going on out there? That is one of the most just grossest crimes I've ever heard of. Not because the woman is an older lady, just because of of the circumstances surrounding it. Like at knife point, like, can we not have more respect for our older people? Like, it is ridiculous. But this is what he looked like when he broke in. This is the vision that these people saw when he broke into their homes. I mean, I can't imagine what that 80-year-old woman thought. And she was so caring enough to offer to make him some food to try and placate him. It's amazing. That lady is a very strong lady. And this guy needs to be locked up and taken to jail, straight to jail. They saying here in a statement, New South Wales police said the man in question, 18 years old, was taken to Manly Police Station and charged with 16 offences, including 3 counts of aggravated break and enter, 2 counts of sexually touching another person without consent, and 1 count of inflicting another to sexually touch them without consent. Police say between 2 a.m. and 6:20 a.m. on March 6, several homes on Elsinore Street, Grace Crescent, Davies Street, and Norma Place in Maryland was allegedly broken into. Police allege at one of the homes a man produced a knife and attempted to SA a woman, while at a second property he sexually touched another woman. This follows a manhunt after a resident in one of the homes managed to film the alleged intruder, giving police a vital lead in the investigation. Following inquiries and a public appeal for information, police raided a home in Maryland about 1 p.m. on Monday, seizing a number of items. Benjamin, who is a resident of Maryland, appeared before Manly local court via video link on Tuesday. He made no application for bail, and bail was formally refused. He is due back in on court on May 1st. So May 1st, he'll be back in court. But I can't imagine being that woman and seeing this in the middle of the night. It must be frightening. He looks like a monster. Well, could be. I don't know why anyone would do that to anyone, yet alone an older lady. I don't know why you would want to harass and just upset someone who doesn't need it. It's very, very, it's a horrific crime. Just leave her alone. Let her live her life. She got to 80 something. I mean, that should be congratulated, not being harassed like that. How terrifying, I agree. Very terrifying. It's grotesque. Yeah, it is. Yeah, horrific. It really is. Let's go over here. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to find another lead that I had for it. By the way, if you're a Niners fan today, the great Niner collapse is continuing. The Niners are just having the worst 2 days ever. They are just... I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the 49ers are up to, but it doesn't seem good. All right, let me go here. Yeah, his name is Emmanuel Benjamin. He's 18 and was arrested 5:45 p.m. on Monday over those attacks on people in their home. Pretty awful. Let me go here. Yeah, if we go here. I think we watched that already. This is when they raided his property, apparently. They say the teenager today was charged with assaulting 2 elderly women during a string of home invasions in southwestern Sydney last week. It was a good turnaround. They were able to get him arrested and into court within a week. They say in 2 of the separate home invasions, women in their 80s were allegedly SA'd and touched. Yeah, crime scenes were established at each home in an investigation into the attacks by detectives from Strike Force Beige began. They say the man was arrested at DY police station on the Northern Beaches and faces all those charges I read out before. Anyway, he goes straight to jail and he'll be back in court in May because he gets no bail. No bail for him. Lindy said, I had my door open a little bit for some cool air. Seeing this guy, yikes, the door is now locked. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. What is it? 4:11. All right, guys. Okay. Let's see what else I have on my list of true crime for you. Let's see if Ping has any other. Yes, let's go to WESH.
Is now accused of molesting a child on the lazy river of a hotel. The Orange County Sheriff's Office got a call about an incident Monday, but as West 2's Haley Crumblehome explains, it all may have started this weekend.
Based on what we can tell from the report, the victim here alleges that they thought they were touched on the lower back while in the lazy river by this man on Sunday, but just trying to avoid him. But they allege that they encountered the man again Monday and that the situation got even worse.
Mr. Chattel, you're here for initial appearance.
72-year-old William Chattel made his first appearance in court Tuesday, accused of lewd or lascivious molestation of a victim under 12 years old.
Your Honor, state is requesting that defendant be held no bond pursuant to Arthur as the charge is a life felony.
It all stems from a report made to the Orange County Sheriff's Office Monday. According to the report, a deputy was called out to Club Wyndham Bonnet Creek for a report of someone touching people in the lazy river pool. Parents we talked to said the pool on vacation isn't a place they tend to worry too much about their kids.
I think maybe at a pool that's enclosed, people have a little degree of safety.
According to the report from the sheriff's office, the mother of the victim told them the child was swimming in the lazy river Sunday and alleged they were touched on the lower back by an elderly male. They avoided the man for the remainder of the day. The victim said they tried to avoid him when they saw him at the lazy river again Monday, but the report alleges the man grabbed the child's buttocks and squeezed and tickled it under the water. The redacted report describes someone, likely the child, coming over to the mom crying and hysterical and telling her what happened.
I think it might help other kids.
It's alleged in the report that after hearing what happened, someone took several videos of the man believed to be involved, and someone kept an eye on him until deputies arrived.
I mean, another person trying to attack, this time 12-year-old victims. They said here, deputies found Chattel in the hot tub at the resort and asked him about the incident in the lazy river, but he said he didn't remember anything. Deputies also said that when they contacted the sex crimes unit, that they were told there was a possible second victim. Chattel was arrested in 2017 when he was working at a Orange County Goodwill on similar charges. So this is not his first, the first time he has victimized children. He did it again back in 2017 while he was working in a very, community-minded shop, a Goodwill, and attacked children while he worked there too. A very nasty man. What the hell was he doing in a lazy river around children? These are the type of people that need to be away from children and posted like on a neighborhood watch, in the wise words of Kendrick Lamar. All right, here we go.
The report says the videos showed the male approached young female children in the lazy river, mostly while alone, and appeared to swim up to them and reach/paddle underwater towards the children. Deputies believe that man is Chattel, who is in town from Rhode Island. The report alleges that investigators were made aware of a possible second victim in the pool, but it's unclear if Chattel will be facing any further charges. Now, the resort did issue a statement. They said that safety is a top priority and that they have and will continue to work closely with law enforcement. They said the guest facing these allegations is no longer welcome at any of their resort property.
Well, you would hope he wasn't welcome at any more resort property. I mean, what would you like to do? Send him to the VIP club? I mean, what else were you going to say to the media? Oh, yeah, we invite him back every Saturday afternoon. No. Yeah, Danny says they ain't like us. That's right. Rachel said he should never have been anywhere near kids or children. Yes, that is true. They're saying here, though, the arrest was made because the girl's mother called the Orange County Sheriff's Office after her daughter told her that Chattel had touched her on Sunday in the Lazy River at the Clud? No, he is a Clud, but no. A Club Windham Bonnet Creek Resort, and then did it again on Monday to the same girl. The 12-year-old girl reported that an elderly man touched her on Sunday while she was swimming. She tried to avoid him for the rest of the time she was there. The next day, she saw him again and swam in the opposite side of the pool, but she would later float towards. It says here, but she would later float towards her as she swam. I think they mean she would float or he would float towards. They somehow made it to each other again. The girl left the pool in tears and told an adult man the man grabbed her buttocks and tickled it while underwater. Deputies found him in the hot tub at the resort and asked him about the incident, but he said he had some sort of momentary amnesia and that he couldn't remember. Deputies also said that when they contacted the sex crime unit, they were told there was a second possible victim. He was arrested in 2017 while working at a Goodwill on similar charges. So this guy's well known. He's a 72-year-old man. Here's his photo. He looks like a deranged Father Christmas. He looks like the Father Christmas that belongs with an ankle monitor and some sort of castration. He's that type of like Santa Claus. Blaze says can't keep his hands to himself. We'll just get the meat cleaver and just take a hand. But every time he tries this with a child, we just take a wrist. Here, put your wrist out, and just take the hand like they do in other countries. Blaze says, yeah, can't keep his hands to himself. What a creep. That mum said she felt safe because there was a fence. Wow, great when the bad guy is inside of the fence. Yeah. Yeah, it says here he was charged with similar offenses at the Goodwill. Let's see if it has it in this article. Here, it just says Chattel was arrested on similar charges in 2017 after being accused of inappropriately touching a child at a Goodwill store where he worked. That's all it says. So, but he's facing charges of lewd and lascivious molestation by a victim 12 or under, according to the affidavit from his court today. So there you go. Hopefully he can hurt no more little children ever again. Bad Santa. Very bad Santa. Glitter says, did he get charged with this time? Yeah, he did. He did. His name is Santa Claus. No, his name is Chattel, but I can't remember his full name. Hold on. Ping, you do great shows. Why do you never have any details? I don't know, because that's how I do it. His name is William Chattel. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for you. If I can find my chat. Here we go. There you go. William Chattel. Yeah, he was charged. Yeah. Bad Santa was charged. He is not the Santa Claus you want to take your children to. Not at all. Do they have anything else here for me? According to the affidavit, while the parents called law enforcement, one of them took several photos of the man and videos, described as having white hair and a white beard, which appeared to show him approach young girls in the Lazy River and swim underwater towards them. Deputies said when they arrived, they found the man identified as William in the hot tub at the resort. Deputies said that when they notified other investigators in their sector, as well as the sex crimes unit, they were made aware of a possible secondary victim. Yeah, so apparently they even collected a swimsuit from one of the children to collect for possible DNA evidence. So apparently they took one of the little girl's swimsuits and are testing it for DNA to see if maybe they can connect it to William. No, this is must be Florida. Must be Florida. Yeah, it is. Orange County in Florida. Everything happens in Florida. Everything. All the weird crimes happen in Florida. Every time. So there you go. Bad Santa accused of touching little girls at a resort pool. He has now been charged. Thank the Lord. Why are all our crimes today sexually motivated? Can we get ones that are not sexually motivated? Okay. I want to take you to Chicago, if that's correct. Yeah. I want to take you to WGN News. This is really important. Do you remember that kid who died in the hyperbaric chamber like a couple of months ago? Well, now 4 people have been charged in the death of that 5-year-old boy who died a horrific death, and his mum tried to save her child, and she herself is dealing with catastrophic injuries to her arms because they were so badly burnt from her trying to save her kid from the, explosion. Let me take you to ABC Philadelphia for more.
Taped up dead-bolted doors are keeping the Oxford Center locked tight in Troy tonight, as second-degree murder charges are expected against the owner, Tammy Peterson, in connection to the death of 5-year-old Thomas Cooper, who was killed at the center on January 31st when the hyperbaric chamber he was inside of exploded.
There's going to be multiple jurisdictions and departments throughout the state that are going to be a part of this investigation.
Troy Fire Department Lieutenant Keith Young speaking just hours after the explosion about an investigation the Oxford Center claims isn't complete yet. In a statement they sent to our newsroom Monday, they say they are disappointed about the charges, going on to say, quote, the timing of these charges is surprising, as the typical protocol after a fire-related accident has not yet been completed. There are still outstanding questions about how this occurred, yet the Attorney General's office proceeded to pursue charges without those answers. CBS News Detroit also learned charges are expected for 3 other employees of the Oxford Center, but the exact charges, their names, and their job titles are unknown. And when we reached out to the Troy Police Department to get those details, they pointed us to the Attorney General's office, who did not respond to several emails from our newsroom as of Monday evening.
Horrible, tragic incident that we don't want to ever respond to.
I'm glad someone is being held over the death of that little boy. They're saying here 4 people were criminally charged on Monday in the January death of a 5-year-old Michigan boy who was reportedly killed in a hyperbaric chamber explosion. They're saying here Michigan AG Dana Nessel filed second-degree murder charges against Oxford Center CEO and founder Tamela Peterson, 58, Director of Operations Gary Markin, 65, and Safety Director Jeffrey Allen Mostella, 64, and Alida Howard Moffett, 60, who was operating the hyperbaric chamber when Thomas Cooper died and was charged with involuntary manslaughter. Very, very sad for that little boy. Very sad. Yeah, arraigned today. Yes. Yeah, very sad. I'm glad people are being held accountable, though. It has to happen. I mean, there's supposed to be like regulation for this type of thing, but apparently it's very loose. It's not, you know, super regulated. Let's see. Yeah, any iteration. I was trying to see if there was another update. Go down. So they did do a press conference though the other day.
Today, I'm announcing criminal charges against 4 individuals in connection to the tragic death of a 5-year-old patient inside a hyperbaric chamber at the Oxford Center in Troy on January 31st. Let me first say at the outset, criminal charges are merely allegations and all defendants are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Due to many failures by men and women who would call themselves medical professionals and wanton or willful disregard for the likelihood that their actions would cause the death of a patient, 5-year-old Thomas Cooper was killed when a fire erupted inside the pressurized, pure oxygen environment inside the chamber. A single spark, it appears, ignited into a fully involved fire that claimed Thomas's life within seconds. Fires inside a hyperbaric chamber are considered a terminal event. Every such fire is almost certainly fatal, and this is why many procedures and essential safety practices have been developed to keep a fire from ever occurring. The investigation into this tragedy has revealed how the Oxford Center in Troy and several of its key decision makers held safety among their lowest considerations in their hyperbaric treatment practice. Yesterday, 4 people were arrested in connection with the tragic killing of Thomas Cooper. My office has filed charges against the first 3 defendants with second-degree murder. Those charged are the owner of the Oxford Center, Tamala Peterson, her primary management assistant at the facility, Gary Markin, and the Oxford Center's safety manager, Jeffrey Mosteller. Each of those have been charged with alternative counts of involuntary manslaughter, meaning that a jury will be able to decide which charge properly befits their conduct. My office is confident that second-degree murder charges are appropriate for these individuals. This offense requires that the prosecution prove the defendant or defendants acted either with intent to kill or commit great harm, or, as specifically articulated in the law, to have acted in wanton and willful disregard of the likelihood that the natural tendency of said act would result in death.
So that was the AG letting you know more about the type of charges. Blaze says, what was he doing inside of this? What type of treatment? I'm not sure, but I heard that that particular center it did a whole range of treatments that weren't listed under like typical hyperbaric chamber treatments. They did all sorts of things from autism to I don't know if you had like the bends. I don't know. Who knows? It was just all sorts of things. They did a heap of them that weren't regulated. So normally it's like wound care for divers who come up too fast. They have the bends. There's a few others that are like, you know, that's what they certify for in America. But I think it was autism, and they don't normally certify for that. Yeah, there you go, autism. I had a feeling. Glitter says, me too. I just sent screenshots to ping of his court record. Apparently the 2017 arrest for similar charges at Orange County Goodwill have no court record for some reason. Hold on, let me have a look. Are we talking about Bad Santa? Let me have a look. If I can get to my thing. Okay. 31st. Yeah, criminal felony. Okay. Okay. So I see it. Yeah, it's weird. He doesn't have any charges. And maybe it's from a different county. It could be from a different county. This might be just from Orange County. So it may be that it wasn't within the same county. So it may have been from, I don't know, Volusia or, any of the others that are nearby. So it may have been that he was outside Orange County at the time. That may be why it's not listed, maybe. Glitter says, a vile excuse of a human. No, it did it? Hold on. Let me go back. I think it just said it was a similar type of... yeah, it didn't say where that original one was done. It just says Chattel was arrested on similar charges in 2017 after being accused of inappropriately touching a child at a Goodwill store where he worked. Doesn't mention what county that might be. So, could have been a different county, and that's why you can't see it. You might have to search around Orlando or, Orange County. It says Orange County. Hold on. Could be that it never went to court. It could be that it got so he could have been charged with it and it could have dropped. So sometimes what happens is people will get charged with a crime, and by the time that the court date comes around, the prosecutor will think that there's no reasonable expectation of a conviction, and they'll just drop it. So it could have been that. Yeah, maybe it's not listed. I don't know. There could be a number of reasons why you can't see it. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Good to see you. What was I checking out before that? I was checking out something for that little boy. For Thomas Cooper. Where is it? Come on. I was trying to, yeah. They're saying here that the hyperbaric chamber facility where the boy died put profits before client care, according to the Michigan AG. The Oxford Center operated in complete disregard for vital safety measures, according to the AG, a day before 4 people were charged in the death of Thomas Cooper. There's a little photo of that cute little boy, unfortunately killed in that hyperbaric explosion. They're saying the Michigan facility where a hyperbaric chamber fire killed a 5-year-old child held safety among their lowest considerations, according to the Attorney General. Thomas Cooper died January 31st at the Oxford Center, an alternative medicine facility in the Detroit suburb of Troy that says it treats over 100 conditions, including Alzheimer's, autism, and dyslexia. Those conditions are not cleared for hyperbaric oxygen therapy by the FDA, nor are the ones that a family attorney said Thomas' parents took him in for: sleep apnea, ADD, and so he had sleep apnea and ADHD, and they took him to the hyperbaric chamber to get treatment for both of those conditions, but they are not ones that are normally cleared for use federally. They say in a scathing news conference Tuesday, the state DA said Oxford Center put profits before the safety of clients. They said this was an unscrupulous business operator operating powerful machines beyond the manufacturer's intended term of use on children's bodies over and over again to provide unaccredited and debunked so-called treatments, chiefly because it brought cash into the door. So basically they just did whatever clients wanted, and told them they could cure everything. Great. Sounds like, any other type of quackery. So, yeah, it does sound like they are well and open for a lawsuit for sure. Hopefully we'll find out more in the coming weeks for that one. I will keep on top of it for you. Unfortunately, my friends, I have to leave a little early today. I got a medical that I have to go to. So I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully we're all getting used to the time change and daylight savings. I'm not. I'm used to going on like half an hour ago, not an hour and a half ago. But we'll get used to it. We'll get used to it. Hey, I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a great night. Come back tomorrow, get more headlines from true crime from around the world. And I'll see you then. Good night. Bye.